Queen Varixxa slammed all four claws into the observation deck's titanium floor, and the entire battlecruiser shuddered in response. Her crimson scales blazed with bioluminescent fury as she stared at the empty sleeping pods where her twin sons should have been. "Someone explain this to me," she roared, "before I start venting oxygen." Her triple-jointed neck snapped toward her security chief. Commander Thok, a scarred veteran missing the tips of two antennae, actually took a step back. In 20 cycles of service, he had never seen the Queen this enraged. "Your Majesty, we've searched every deck. Prince Zyll and Prince Caro are simply gone." "Gone? Gone?" Varixxa's tail lashed out, narrowly missing a control console. "My heirs do not simply vanish into vacuum. We are in deep space. There is nowhere for them to go unless they suddenly grew faster than light wings." Nervous glances flickered across the bridge crew. No one wanted to voice the obvious. Two royal juveniles disappearing from a heavily guarded warship meant either a catastrophic security failure or something far worse. "Run the surveillance again," Varixxa ordered, forcing her voice into something resembling calm. Her instincts screamed at her, but she was still a queen, still a warrior, still the conqueror of 17 star systems before her 30th molting season. The holographic display flared to life, showing the prince's chamber from multiple angles. For hours, nothing happened. The twins slept peacefully in their temperature-controlled pods, small chests rising and falling in the slow rhythm of youth. Then, timestamp 0347. A shimmer appeared, brief, subtle, like heat rising from sun-scorched stone, and then the pods were empty. "Replay that section. Slower." Varixxa leaned forward until her snout nearly brushed the hologram. Frame by frame, the impossible unfolded. The distortion intensified, and within it a humanoid silhouette briefly formed. Tall, bipedal, clad in dark clothing that seemed to drink in the light. The figure reached into both pods simultaneously, lifting the sleeping princes with ease, despite each weighing nearly 40 kilograms. Then, nothing. All three vanished. "That's a human," squeaked junior technician pleb, immediately regretting speaking without permission. Varixxa didn't reprimand him. Her eyes narrowed into lethal slits. "A human," she repeated softly. "On my ship, taking my children." Her voice dropped to a whisper, somehow more terrifying than her earlier fury. "Find that ship. Now." The next 6 hours were controlled chaos. Sensor arrays redirected. Nearby vessels interrogated. Databases scoured for every registered human craft in the sector. The Galactic Council was notified, though Varixxa suspected, as always, they would be useless. Then, finally, a signal. "Your Majesty." Thok nearly ran across the bridge. "We've detected a small human transport vessel, 40,000 kilometers out. It's not moving. Just sitting there." "Sitting there." Varixxa's laugh held no humor. "Either they are monumentally stupid, or this is a trap. What are your orders?" She was already heading for the armory. "We board them. Full tactical squad. And if my sons have been harmed, I will personally remind humanity why they were once afraid of the dark." 20 minutes later, Varixxa and her elite guard materialized inside the transport ship's cargo bay via matter displacement. Weapons raised, they swept through the cramped corridors. The vessel was small, 6 rooms at most, and shabby by any civilized standard. Peeling paint, flickering panels, life support humming with an unsettling rattle. "Motion detected in the forward cabin," Lieutenant Fyx reported, her scanner chirping. They advanced carefully. Varixxa's heart pounded, harder than it had since her first combat deployment. Fear for her children twisted together with a burning need for violence. The cabin door slid open with a rusty squeal. Inside, on a worn couch that had survived far too many decades, sat a human male. Mid-30s by human standards. Messy brown hair, unshaven stubble, a faded shirt bearing an earth animal and loose, comfortable pants. His eyes were closed. He was asleep. Curled against his chest, like contented hatchlings, were Prince Zyll and Prince Caro. The tactical squad froze. Weapons remained raised, but no one knew what they were aiming at. Caro's small claws were tangled gently in the human's shirt. Zyll had one arm draped across the man's shoulder. All three were snoring softly. Varixxa's mind stalled, then outright failed. Her sons, her heirs, sleeping peacefully against a random human like he was their favorite cushion. What? She said slowly. In the name of the 7 burning moons, am I looking at? The human's eyes snapped open, fully alert, despite having been dead asleep just seconds ago. His gaze swept over the armed soldiers, the furious queen with glowing scales, and the roughly 15 plasma rifles aimed directly at his face. Oh, he said calmly, as if waking up to an alien strike team was a normal Tuesday. You must be Mom. M.O.M. Varixxa's voice could have shattered diamonds. You kidnap my children, and you call me Mom. Kidnap. The human looked genuinely confused, which only fueled her anger. Nobody kidnapped anybody. These two showed up on my ship around 0300 hours, terrified, crying about nightmares. Lying human filth. Commander Thok snapped, raising his weapon higher. Our surveillance clearly shows you entering their chamber. Yeah, because your ship's distress beacon was broadcasting on every emergency frequency in the sector. The human carefully adjusted his position so the sleeping princes wouldn't slide off his chest. Do you have any idea how loud that thing is? I couldn't sleep through it if I tried. And apparently neither could these two. Varixxa's rage hesitated. What distress beacon? We issued no distress call. Not you. Them. He nodded down at the twins. Juvenile Valkyrian physiology produces psychic distress signals during severe nightmares. Survival mechanism. Didn't they cover that in parenting class? Her scales dimmed from furious crimson to uncertain orange. How do you know about Valkyrian physiology? I'm a xenobiologist. Well, former xenobiologist. These days I haul cargo and try to avoid Galactic Council paperwork. He gave a tired smile. Marcus Webb, since we're having this chat in my living room, you still haven't explained how you got onto my ship, Varixxa said, though the lethal edge was gone. Marcus tapped the device on his wrist. Humanitarian transport exception. Article 7, Galactic Safety Protocols. When juveniles broadcast distress, qualified responders can use emergency transport. Your shields allowed it. The ship itself recognized them as endangered. They were just having bad dreams. Bad enough to trigger evolutionary panic responses. Marcus gently stroked Caro's head ridge. The small prince made a content chirping sound in his sleep. When I arrived, they were terrified. Talking about monsters in the walls. About being alone in the dark. Classic developmental fears mixed with separation anxiety. Something twisted painfully in Varixxa's chest. She had been ruling an empire, commanding fleets, managing diplomacy. When had she last tucked her sons in? Asked about their dreams? So you brought them here, she said softly. I ran a bioscan first. No injuries. No illness. Just fear. Marcus shrugged. We talked. I made warm milk substitute. They told me about their games. Their star charts. Then ZYLL asked for a story. And you told them stories. Human ones. Jack and the Beanstalk. Where the wild things are. They really liked the Velveteen Rabbit. He smiled faintly. By the third story, they were yawning. Asked if they could rest for a minute. That was 6 hours ago. Lieutenant Fyx lowered her rifle slightly. Your Majesty, scans confirm no drugs, restraints, or coercion. The princes are sleeping naturally. Varixxa finally looked at her sons. Truly looked. Peaceful. Relaxed. ZYLL was even smiling. I should arrest you, she said, without conviction. You could, Marcus replied easily. Or you could sit down, drink terrible coffee, and talk about why 2 royal heirs are having nightmares strong enough to nearly crash my comm system. She actually considered it. Lower your weapons, Varixxa ordered. Your Majesty. I said lower them. She stepped closer, towering over the human who showed no fear at all. You could have ransomed them, sold them, harmed them. Could have, Marcus agreed. But then I'd have 2 traumatized kids and a guilty conscience. The universe has enough darkness already. He glanced down at the twins. They're good kids. Smart. Funny. They've got their mother's eyes. The last of her anger drained away. Varixxa lowered herself beside the couch, eye level with her children. The coffee, she said quietly. Is it truly terrible? Marcus grinned. Absolutely. 3 species have complained. Then I suppose I should try it. As Commander Thok sputtered in disbelief, Queen Varixxa of the Valkyrian Empire shared dreadful coffee with a human cargo hauler while her sons slept peacefully, free from nightmares. Sometimes, she reflected, the universe surprised you in the strangest ways. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.